Good morning. It's good to be with you on this Wednesday morning. Hope you are well. Your week is going well. It's Wednesday, so Bible study tonight here at St. Matthew's. Hope if you're in a community that offers scripture study or small groups or youth activities, children's activities, you'll take part in that tonight. You know, we're getting close to the end of the semester, and so I always enjoy these last few weeks of Bible study to wrap up what we've been doing. Anyway, today we are a little bit away from wrapping up. We're doing, aren't we, friends? We are starting chapter 4 today of First John. So we'll be First John chapter 4 verses 1 through 6. First John 4 1 through 6. And those of you, we may have some new followers. I'll read from the New Revised Standard Version. So I'll be reading from the NRSV this morning. Beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they are from God. For many false prophets have gone out into the world. By this you know the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses Jesus Christ that has come in the flesh is from God. Every spirit that does not confess Jesus Christ is not from God. And this is the spirit of the Antichrist, which you have heard is coming, which is already now in the world. Little children, you are from God and have conquered them. For the one who is in you is greater than the one who is in the world. They are from the world. Therefore, what they say is from the world, and the world listens to them. We are from God. Whoever knows God listens to us. And whoever is not from God does not listen to us. For we know the spirit of truth and the spirit of error. Couple of good things here. This is another, as I've said to you a million times, First John. There's so many good verses here that are just great verses to meditate upon and think upon. Little children, you are from God and have conquered them. For the one who is in you is greater than the one who is in the world. I've told you before that I had the King James stuck in my brain because it's what I grew up reading and what we had in my home church. So it's just what's up here. So greater is he who is in you than he who is in the world. I mean, that's just what I have in my head. Greater is he who is in you than he who is in the world. This goes back to something we talked about yesterday. If God is for us, who can be against us? We're more than conquerors through Jesus Christ. So we can rejoice and have hope because we have confidence, not just in the goodness of Jesus Christ, not just in the goodness of God. And that's a great source of confidence, God's goodness, but also we have confidence because of the strength of God, because of Jesus' power, Jesus' might, that we do not serve a weak God. We serve a mighty God. I always think that line that I love so much from an old U2 song, and one of those U2 songs. I don't know if it ever got released, but it's from their No Line on the Horizon album, stand-up comedy, where Bono says, "Stop helping God across the road like a little old lady." I just love that image that we have this notion that we have to defend God. You know that God can't stand on his own 2 feet. We've got to defend him. He's God, y'all. He's God. He doesn't need us. It always annoys me when someone says, "This is the greatest threat to Christianity ever." The greatest. There's no threat to Christianity. Jesus tells us the gates of hell will not triumph against the church. So, like, nothing is a threat to God. Nothing's going to stop God. Nothing's going to thwart the will and plan of God. He's God. He's the literal creator of all things, both seen and unseen. He's God. And so, like, we can have confidence because of the might and the strength of God. And so that's why this proverb says, lean not upon your own understanding, but trust in him because he's God. He knows he's got this. So we need to always be tuning our hearts to him. Always. I just love that phrase, that concept of come thou fount, tune my heart to sing thy grace. We need to always be tuning our hearts to God. Let God be the frequency. Let God be the source of our life. Let God be our strength and our shield. Like he's God. He's God. So we can have confidence because of God's goodness and God's strength. So I just love that concept. But of course, in the first part of it says, test the spirits. Do not believe every spirit, but test the spirits to see whether they're from God. Many false prophets have gone into the world. By this you'll know the Spirit of God, that he confesses that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh and is from God. And every spirit that does not confess Jesus is not from God. The spirit of the Antichrist. We talked about that a few days ago. Not every Not everything you read, not everything you read on Facebook is the truth, friends. Not every TikTok or Instagram reel or Facebook reel or whatever is from God. Not every tweet's from God. Not every statement's from God. We need to always be testing what we're reading, what we're listening to, what we're watching. We need to always be testing where our souls are abiding and see, does it confess and glorify Jesus Christ as Lord? There's a lot of noise out there today, friends. Ooh, boy, howdy. There's a lot of noise out there. There's a lot of just noise from every direction, from personal interactions, from social media, from everything we consume. And we need to be making sure that everything we consume and everything we're allowing in is something that it's going to draw us closer to Jesus, to allow us to know him better. So I think that's why scripture tells us not to be anxious. And you know me, I'm a worrier. I believe that worry is the part that I play in most situations in life. I mean, how are we going to do this if I don't worry? If I'm not worrying, then I'm not doing my part in the journey together. So I want to worry. I want to be consumed by. I want to help. I want to do my part, and so I feel helpless when I can't do my part. And that's when I feel helpless is when I'm going to turn to my strength and my ability, and when I want to put my stock in what I want instead of doing what we saw earlier, which is trusting in God's goodness, trusting in God's strength, trusting in God's might. Greater is He who's in us than he was in the world. So we don't have to be afraid. We don't have to worry. We don't have to fear. So, and I think whenever we are listening to the wrong voices, that's this says here, does it confess Jesus? That's the two things I'll look for in the voices I'll listen. Well, three things. Obviously, does it confess Jesus? That's number one, full stop. Secondly, does it produce in me, or is the person who is speaking it, do I see evidence of the fruit of the Spirit in their life? And if I see evidence of the fruit of the Spirit, if this is producing the fruit of the Spirit within me, then I know that it's of God because the Spirit's going to produce fruit. So what fruit is the speaker producing, or the media producing, or the noise producing? Is it the fruit of the Spirit, or is it something else? And then just personally, does it create a spirit of fear in me? And there's a difference between caution and fear. We should be cautious. We should be smart. I mean, it's not fearful to, you know, take care of yourself. It's not fearful to go to the doctor. It's not fearful to do those type of things. But it is fearful when it ratchets up my fear of others, or my fear of life. Jesus calls us not to be afraid. Think about Joshua chapter 1. Joshua had a huge task ahead of him. He was going to lead the people after Moses. And what did the Lord tell Joshua over and over and over and over again in Joshua 1? Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Be strong and courageous. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. I am with you. In the same way I was with Moses, I am with you. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. That's important verses for us to know. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Why should we not be afraid? Well, greater is he who is in us than he was in the world. That's why we shouldn't be afraid. So if these voices are telling us to always be afraid of everything, then we need to go back to what we saw in verse 4. Greater is he who is in us than he was in the world. So if we can understand God's might and God's power, then we don't have to be afraid. So test the spirits. Test what you're reading, what you're seeing, what you're posting, what you're seeing posted in your timeline. Test the spirits. Test them. And then listen to the voices. Listen to the spirits that are pushing and pulling you closer to Jesus Christ, that are pushing you to obedience, that are pushing you to what we said yesterday, to love each other. Listen to those voices. And I guarantee you, friends, if we listen to those voices and build our life around those voices, man, we're going to see the power of God. This power of He was in us greater than he was in the world. So today, don't be afraid. Um, Trust in God. Listen to his voice. And test the spirits. And all will be well. Hey, thanks for being with us today. We'll pick up tomorrow with chapter 4, verse 7. Have a great day.